Hey there, and thanks for choosing to watch this video all about project reporting. Today I'm going to pack a lot in, so here's a short summary of the contents. Firstly, I'll explain exactly what project reporting is. Secondly, I'll list out some of its benefits, and in our last section I'm going to run through some ugly situations that you and your team might experience if you fail to report in your projects. Okay, let's get started. To kick us off, let's try to get to grips with project reporting and define what it is, who it's for, why we need it, and the ways organizations typically use it. What is project reporting? Well, it's a method used to gain insight into how your project is performing. It can be useful for the smallest of projects or even the biggest, depending on how you use it. For example, a big project would be if you were building a shopping mall and you employed 500 people. You can't go around getting updates from everyone on the site. Imagine how hard that would be. It would be so much easier to just use a reporting tool and gather any info that you need that way. Who is project reporting for? Everyone. I mean it. Every single person in your project can benefit from reporting. It's great to be able to see what's going on, be you a project manager, senior executive, or even a team member. You'll all use it at some stage. Why do we need reporting? There's a lovely word we like to use here in BrightWork, and that word is progress. And progress is key to success. Reporting on your project regularly lets you know if your project is moving forward in a positive way. And if not, then you probably need to rethink your strategy. Organizations usually report on projects in many different places. Some people love using Excel, some email, others have adopted SharePoint as their reporting tool of choice. There are of course a load of other tools out there that you can use, and a number of pros and cons associated with each one. So do your research before making your final decision. Project reporting can bring some fantastic benefits to both you and your organization. In this next part, I've cherry-picked some of the better ones. Our first project reporting benefit is tracking. This one's pretty easy. Reporting allows you, your teammates, and anyone else who wants to track a project. Are you familiar with risk management? Don't worry if you're not, but if you are, you know that identifying potential pitfalls is one of the most important project planning activities there is. If you can use reporting to try and predict risks that might threaten your project and then nip them in the bud, you'll save so much time and energy that you can spend elsewhere. Cost management is a pain, but project reporting makes this particular project activity that bit easier. You'll be able to view your expenditure clearly and manage your budget with full visibility. Speaking of visibility, reporting just so happens to make your project incredibly clear both to you and other project stakeholders. This newfound visibility will give you full insight into how your project is performing, be it good or bad. Reporting puts you in full control of your project. It allows you to see any progress you might be making and will help you to make decisions that are driven by data and not just hunches. Information provided by project reporting on the things that you've already done can help guide your future actions. For example, you might learn from a mistake that was made clear to you by a project report and never do it again. If there's an element of your project that you insist requires reporting, people will report on it and care about that particular part's progress. If there's an element that you don't insist requires reporting, there's a good chance people will forget about it. The knock-on effect? That neglected part of your project falls by the wayside and doesn't make as much progress as it should. And now we get on to the nasty part of this video. I'm sure you've realized at this stage how important project reporting is, but have you ever wondered about the negative effects you might experience if you're to neglect it? I've decided to put the worst first: wasted time. If you don't use project reporting in your organization, prepare to spend large parts of your day gathering information from a lot of different people. This time spent chasing others is most definitely time wasted. Project reporting is used to give insight, and if you aren't using it, you won't get access to this wonderful insight. Need I say more? There could be a load of things going right with your product and your boss might not even know, and that means you'd never get that yearly bonus. On the other hand, you won't be able to see what's going wrong either. This will mean that you won't be able to act on things that could lead your project into a terrible pit of failure, a pit that you most definitely want to avoid. While we're on the topic of project failure, projects fail all the time. But efficient reporting can help reduce the chance of this ever happening to you. So you'd be mad not to gather up data in some easy to view way, wouldn't you? The phrase "a stitch in time saves 9" comes to mind here. And finally, confusion. You and your team members will be utterly confused as to what's going on in your project if there's no reporting being done. And what does this lead to? Poor morale, an increase in costs, and overall, a not so functional project. And that wraps up this video on project reporting. If you liked it, why not leave a comment below? If you have some suggestions for future videos, I'd love to hear those too. Or maybe you might even want to share it with your friends and colleagues. All three sound good to me. Have a good day.